Good day everyone and welcome to another tutorial. Today we will be covering how to make a character appear to be in a more comic style or graphic novel, as some would like to call it. For this tutorial specifically, I will be using just the same model we used for the Make Human to Animate tutorial. As you can see, this is just the raw import, no fancy shading yet applied or anything like that, so you can apply this to pretty much any Make Human model you've already done. So I'm quickly going to apply the materials and I'm going to run you through that process as well. So let's get started. Okay, we're going to start with the hair again. Only this time we are going to be keeping the texture on the hair, because I found that if you keep the texture and you apply it as a little bit of a normal texture at a low value like 0.1, it gives you a how do you call it, a more zigzag type appearance when you put the light band in. Let me show you what the difference is with it on versus it off. Let's quickly just add this in using constant. We are still going to be using toon shading for this tutorial, by the way, in case you were wondering. Most of our hair is going horizontal, so we will be using horizontal for this area, and we're going to be using vertical for this area. Okay, that looks good. Using reflection, scrolling down a bit. Instead of using just color flat, we're going to be using add. You can use overlay as well, depending on the color of hair. Let's say we're going to be using a reddish color this time, or orange color. Go toon, smooth down, 1.28. It makes it intersect all three circles in this little line right there. Let me just show you. There are three circles. There's one coming from over here, the one from the top that looks almost like specularity, and this third shading circle right here. If you intersect them, they intersect at 1.28. In this case we'll also be using specularity, so let's up that a little bit. Let's give it a soft shade, make it smaller since it's fairly glossy. Full oversampling as in the previous tutorial, pass index of 5 to separate it later on. Receive transparent, no auto ray bias. As explained in the previous tutorial, the auto ray bias causes a smoothness that is not consistent with toon shading. So let's go into the world settings and quickly set up our environment lighting, 0.25 or higher. In this case you can adjust it according to the scene that you need. Attenuation and samples are still being turned to basically its lowest value possible. Okay, so quickly let's see what the hair looks like. Control B to create the border and hit rendered. Oh, it's still a freestyle turn on. Let's turn it off for speed's sake. There we go, see? Creates a bit of a jagged edge there. Let me just go solid and render it again. Should be fast. Oh, it's not off. There we go. Misclicked it. Okay, now you see the influence is a little bit too intense. So what we'll do is we'll just turn it down a little bit to like 0.05 or something along those lines. That's better. See, there we go. Versus it off. On. Make it a little bit less intense, like 0.01. Just want a slight jagged edge to it. Doesn't have to be extraordinarily rough. You see, and on this hair it works like that, but if you look at the ponytail, the lights just don't work. So since we're happy with this material, go back to solid, tab out, add another ponytail material like that, click on the plus. Cool Tech Alimayo showed on his tutorial. Press Z so you can select everything related to this hair. Okay, press Z again, switch to faces. There we go. There's a lot of loose strands in order to get that rough hair look. So those you're just going to have to select individually. They're not hard to find once you're actually selected the rest of the faces. Okay, there we go. Selecting these. Let's just get rid of the camera for a second. It's getting in the way. That looks good so far. If you want to, you can also just use the brush select. I think in this case actually it goes a little bit faster because there's too much detail. Let's just get in there and just get that fixed. Okay, let's just fix these two. There we go. Okay, that'll do. Need to get this one too. Okay. Okay, I'm happy with that. Let's assign. Duplicate only the light band texture. And now let's make it vertical. Okay, you can tab out if you want to. Go into rendered view. And let's adjust it, because it has to be a lot lower than this. About there will do. Okay, here you go. Much more convincing. Okay, fantastic. Obviously I'm not going to leave this as hair, since you usually use some form of a elastic to bind the hair. So let's give her an elastic material. Let's make it red to complement the orange. Or we can make it like a blue. If you look at the opposite side of the color wheel, you'll see that it is a slight bluish color that should complement it nicely. Give it a tune material, 1.28. You can up the intensity if you want to. This one has to be fairly small if it's a silky-like material. Same stuff here as usual. Let's just leave it open, it makes it quicker. And assign. Now let's give that a quick look over. Yeah, I'm happy with that. A little bit of an advanced hair look. Okay, go back into solid. Let's just adjust this hairband a little bit. Make it like 0.5. And let's say overlay. Not difference, overlay. Let's try it on one if we have overlay on. I want to see what it looks like. I like that. Let's just make it a little bit stronger. Maybe like 2. Yes, there we go. 2 is a little bit too strong. 1.5. Same for the other one. 0.5. That's excellent. Okay, now that we have the hair configured, let's go for the eyebrows. Let's just apply the ponytail, anyone. It's your prerogative which one you choose. Just remove the light band and the texture. And let's quickly do the eyes as well. 1.28. Not upping the intensity quite yet, because we still have to adjust the specularity. Now here you can choose to go for a more anime style graphic novel or something else. I prefer to create a very harsh specular look in the eyes, because they're also very shiny in real life and reflective. So if you want to, you can do that as well. And let's quickly texture the eyes. Eye color. I'm going to make her eyes blue. I think it's an interesting combination with the orange hair. So let's put this one at 0.5. Just off the wall, so it gives us a good strong color. Make this one black. The reason we're using it like this is because of the eye alignment here. We're going to be using UV unwrapping to fill in our eyes as well. So this texture is called eye color because we are coloring the eyes. As if that weren't obvious. Let's add and make that white as well. Put this on ease. Ease is literally that. It gives us an easier transition between the sliders. Now, if you look at the eyes, let's just move down, you'll see the black fades from the top. But it's still uneven because we haven't added the irises yet. So it kind of looks creepy at the moment. So let's just go back to solid, say I.000, go blend, quadratic sphere, see it's round. Constant black for the inside of the eye, a blank space so that we have the color, outline of the iris, and a white space for the white of the eye. Let's see what that looks like. Excellent. Minus 0.41, minus 0.4, and 1.25. That's a bit intense. Let's go 1.1. Yeah, I like that more. Let's increase that a little bit more. About there. That's good. Okay, now we can give her a color. Like I said, I'm going for a bluish. Just to be slightly darker, otherwise she looks possessed. That's not the goal. Okay, the black has to come down a little. There we go. That's exceptional. Let's add that to the other side as well. Just duplicate it since it's already sized correctly. Just change the coordinate there. Change this to 0.41 now for the positive side. And there you go. Now we just need to adjust the black. Eye color. Just take this down. Take it down just a little bit further. That'll do. Okay, now let's go back to solid. Okay, we will definitely be adjusting the materials because we're not going to be sticking with the harshness of the toon shading at the moment, because we're going for a more graphic novel look, and the novels that I've seen that have the look that I was going for definitely does not have the harsh toon shading, but they still do have an element of it. So that's why we're using it. Go toon shading again. If you want to, you can add specularity to the skin. It's not required. I'm going to add it just as a point of interest. Up, value down, just so she still has a good skin tone. Okay, let's quickly do the eyelashes again. No specularity on the eyelashes, they have to be pitch black. Also have to get the same treatment as these. In this case we are not going to be doing any modeling, since the model is basically set for the graphic novel look that we're going for. So for this tutorial you really don't need any modeling experience. If you have downloaded a model or modeled something a while back, that is absolutely perfect for this tutorial. Okay, let's just color it down there, and add another thicker point on. Do the same on the other side. I think I colored that one in there too. Yeah. Okay, we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, and all the way around, just to about. Just want to see on this side, to where did it go? Count how many spaces are open. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 spaces. 5, 6. Okay, I can go down one more. Excellent, and assign. Now, if you were to render this, you would see this, which is absolutely excellent. Let's quickly adjust these hair areas that are sticking out, because they are going to show when we add extra lines. We definitely don't want them showing. And on this side you just draw it inside. Okay. Just take X, in, Z, down. That should give you an uneven hairline. Eyebrows need to be thinned out a little bit. Looks good. Let's adjust the teeth. Now usually to adjust the teeth, I would usually like to model a flat front base and stuff like that, but I've noticed that in comics they usually have all their teeth. It's only when they're in like far in the distance where you don't see the teeth. So in this case we want to see them, and we want to see them clearly. So instead of using tab, I'm going to be using pose. Open wide. Thank you. Click on the teeth base, press Shift H, Alt H means to unhide everything. Modifiers, make those visible. Well, let's just make this one the teeth material. 1.28. Up. Let's open the outliner in here. It'll work a lot easier. To the top. Okay, that's much better. Oh, options. 5, full oversampling. And get rid of the original texture. Fantastic. Now, duplicate that. And just duplicate that one as well. Call this one gums. Let's make it a slight pinkish color. Just reduce the specularity there. And now we select around the teeth. Again, this is just a major shortcut in terms of modeling by using third-party models or stuff like MakeHuman to speed up the process. Looks good. Let's just simply assign it. And that's the teeth. Now you can press Alt H to go back into the view with everything. Take the tongue, go for gums, duplicate it, just change the tone a little bit, and just change the name as well. Okay, the inside of the mouth needs to change too. Taking away the teeth and the tongue. Hold on. There we go. No, I don't want that. Oh, that's why it didn't go away. We just want the teeth gone and the tongue gone. So we can select these areas. It's too many. Click new, add the gums and a sign. And now for the back of the throat, we're simply going to assign the eyelash material, since you don't really see the back of the throat. Okay, let's add those back. Fantastic. Let's go to the side again, select this, close the mouth only slightly. Let's close the eyes just a little bit. Let's make it... I used a purple when I practiced it, so let's go for that fuchsia type purple color again. So it's more pink. Let's go saturation value. There we go, that's a nice purple. Cool. Get rid of this. 1.25. Full oversampling, pass index on 5, receive no auto bias. And let's keep it a single tone. I think it looks good. Got an idea, let's make our scrunchie the same color as the outfit that she's wearing. Color coordinated. Okay, let's have a quick render. That's excellent. Okay, now for the difficult part. As you know, in some of the comics they have a very intense focus on black around the objects. Now that usually looks like this. Let me quickly show you here in the shader preview. If you go normal and you make this completely opaque, set this to constant, and you move the white over and make it transparent. There, you see it creates a blackish outline like that. Now that is what we're going to be going for. We're going to apply a blend texture to create this effect no matter which angle we're on. I'm just going to show you that it actually works by going in here. Let's add a cube. No, cube's not a practical object for this. Let's use a monkey. Let's make her smooth. Subdivide. Make it twice. Okay, let's just give her any material. Let's make it shadeless and go for a normal texture. We're going to be applying this same texture that we're going to apply to the monkey to the rest of everything in the scene. And make it vertical, go for normal, make it Y, Z, Z, so that it comes from the back side to the front of the camera. No adjusting of the offset. Color will be on and specularity will be on as well, since this black does not receive any specularity at all. Now if you look in the material, you'll see that it's smooth. We don't want it smooth, we want it on constant. This black, no alpha. This one, complete alpha. I use the setting of 0.628 just to get it right. Now you see, don't see it here. Don't see it here at all. But if you go here and you go rendered, there it is. And if you want to, you can make this as intense or as little intense as you want to. I prefer a smaller amount since we're going to be adding freestyle as well, and the shading is going to be a different pass and all that kind of stuff. So this has to only be like an accent, not covering your whole image in a black, like this. Going back to solid, let's delete the monkey. Now to all the materials that we've already added, I want you to add that texture. There it is. Just the mapping, since it changes every time. And the influence as well. It's under here, normal. Normal. Y, Z, Z. Color. Got an idea, let's go properties. It's just to make it a little bit faster. There we go. Normal. Y and Z. Also color. Okay, that's already been added. Okay. Let's go to the skin. Outliner. Let's find it. There we go. Don't want this selectable. Okay. Normal. Normal. Let's see. Specularity. Eyelashes you can ignore. Okay, normal. And there we go. Okay, let's see. Oh, almost forgot one. It's a little bit of a tedious process, but you can choose to apply this a lot earlier. I'm just showing you what the specific changes are that are needed. I don't apply it to the eyes at all, just a hint. Okay, the teeth needed as well. Normal texture, normal, Y, Z. Well, gums I've already got it. The tongue needs it too. And that is it. Now, if you want to, you can look at the render. You'll see that she looks significantly different. You can see the outlines and everything. It's great. Now if you go back, we need to just subdivide a few things just so we get a better looking result in the end. It's mainly to the basic body and the clothes. A single subdivision should do the trick. Now if we go view, go rendered. So it's just a little bit smoother, and we have this black now. Okay, excellent. Go solid. Under your render layer settings, you will find edge, which I want you to enable, as we're going to be applying edge to our cartoon character as well. And I want you to tick shadow as well and remove it from the actual render. Material index has to be turned on as well. Now you can, if you want to close this. Our freestyle settings are also a little bit different. I'm still using relative so that we can adjust the resolution as we want to without losing thickness. Go down to the freestyle settings. You can tick all of these if you want to, just to be sure. If you want to isolate only certain objects, you can use this. Under thickness, set the base thickness to 1.1, and under the modifiers, go along stroke, set it to curve, select that curve right in the middle of the square, and set the minimum value to 0.5 and the maximum value to 2.5 or 3. See, thin, thick, and it thins out again. I think we can make it slightly thicker if you want to. Let's make it 3. If you want to, you can go crazy with it, but the problem is on things like the hands, it gets really ugly really fast if you have too thick lines. It'll be the same with the teeth as well. Okay, but this looks good. I'm very happy with that. Let's quickly just give her a slight pose. Position the camera a little bit closer. About there. Okay, now we want our outliner so that we can turn on the modifications again. Let's make her turn slightly away from the camera so that we can turn her head a little bit more towards the camera. Okay, good. Let's lift that arm up, take this one down. See what that looks like. I like that, that's cool. Looks like a news reporter. Let's render that quickly. Good. In this case you will need another light source, so for the sake of adding one, let's just add a point light almost in line with the eyes, otherwise it gives you very strange viewing angles. On the sun lamp, in order to get that diagonal style look, we need to up our samples. For a quick render, just use 7. Start with a soft size of about 2 and do the exact same thing to the point light we just added. 7, soft size of about 2. Excellent. Go into your render settings, post-processing, not performance, sorry, and tick compositing, tick edge. Make the edge only 1. We only want that outline. Remember to save regularly as well. Now let's give that a quick render. Go into all your materials, this is a step that we forgot. Go into all your materials and turn up the smoothness. Not a lot, just to get a little bit of a smooth edge. Thin the space, done. Eyebrows, smooth, smooth. Elegant suit is done. Eyes have to be done as well. Nope, that one stays flat. Ponytail's been done. Teeth, not quite finished. And the tongue too. Don't want to Now give that a render. Now we just need to reduce the intensity or change the color of this lamp. Usually like to go for a reddish orange. Just reduces the strength as well. Go for like a 0.5 so. This is just so the black doesn't overwhelm the image. Okay, that looks good. Now go into your node editor. Let's just get rid of these, we're not going to be using them. Take that out, we don't need that. We definitely do need a viewer node. In order to add something just like that out of space, you just press Shift A, and then you can add whatever it is that you need. Okay, in this case we just want to see what the shadow looks like. See? The problem is that we need the ID mask in order to get rid of this black. It needs to be separated. So what we do is we go into Converter, ID mask, stick that in there, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring that in there. Go for the shadow. There we go. We only want this. Okay, go into your textures so that it doesn't apply to anything. Click New and go Wood, or you can call it Diagonal Lines. Let's call it Diagonal Lines. And go Wood. Band Noise, set it to a turbulence of about 2. You can also adjust these to fit the project that you're working on specifically. I prefer these. Go Input and go Texture. Unfortunately, you can't just import it here. It has to exist somewhere else in the project before it will be visible in the compositor. On scale, make all 345 so that it's nice and small but still nice and visible. And add another mix node and make this one the factor. And you see that will represent our lines. Just need to make it a little bit more harsh. See, just like that. These are our shadow lines. Okay, that's fantastic. Now we need to add a harsh shadow line as well. So take that in there. We're going to be multiplying a harsh shadow over it as well. In order to do that, we go constant. See these dots? These dots will diminish the higher the sample is of your shadow. Let's just take that a little bit down. Don't want it to override everything. You still want to see some of the inside of the mouth. We just want some of this in here. So we have 3 basic tones. Okay, simply now clamp that and multiply it over the original image. That should give you that result. But we're not done quite yet. We need to also overlay our original shadows to create a nice strong color tone. We don't want the color tone to affect the brightness values of the colors themselves, otherwise it looks washed out. We only want a slight adjustment. So go overlay. This has to be at 0.5 so that the white values are neutral when it comes to overlaying it. There we go. Now you can choose to intensify this if you want to. I like to sometimes, not too much. And let's add that to the compositing part as well. Looks good. You can increase the size if you wish of those lines. And let's up the scale size so you can see properly here. So let's make it 1. See, there you go. You have a nice strong comic look without it being horribly creepy. Now what you can also do is you can reduce the point lamp, be about like 0.1, just so this area is not pitch black. And you can also down your environment lighting if you're going for a stronger look. But just for the sake of getting a smooth finish, let's go 15 samples on both the sun and the point lamp. And there you go. It's really as simple as that. Now if you want to, you can add some lines to the background that makes it look like this is an action shot, or you can just simply add a little bit of a vignette and a quick blur, just to soften it up. Not that much. Take it down, take that up, and add a quick vignette as well. Just reducing that. What I did notice is, in order to get a slightly printed look, you can add a filter, set it to sharpen, and make it like 0.05. And it gives a slightly printed look to your final render. And it's as simple as that. Now you can apply this to pretty much any object you want to. It works when you rotate around it. And I hope this has been informative for you. Have a good day and God bless.